Hello everybody, welcome, 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 welcome. It has been a little while since I made a video for this channel. I've been mainly just, finished up uploading all my TFNation stuff. So I did a picture video, I did my thoughts, I did my haul, and I did my special vlog over my vlog channel as well. So yeah, so now that TFNation has come and gone, and since coming home, I have noticed there's been a TFYTC Homework, well, a few of them actually, over the last few weeks or week or so, and I believe, I don't know if, tell me if I'm wrong with this, but I think this one was done by Bazz. I might be wrong. But anyway, so I do know that I think Bazz has at least done at least one of these homeworks since we come home. But anyway, so I think it was Bazz that started that did this one as well. It was basically entitled "Review something that you have picked up or bought from TFN2019." But to kind of ease into things, back into the daily grind, as it were, I'm going to start with this guy. As you can see the title page, and you can see in front of you, very eyes, I'm going to be reviewing this awesome, awesome, awesome figure, Transformers animated Prowl. Now, the reason why I'm putting more emphasis and starting off my reviews since getting back from TFN with this is because TFN 2019, even though the theme for 2019 TFNation was Beast Machines, but Marty Eisenberg, who was the animation writer, the main writer, and also animator, animation writer and animator that worked on worked on basically animated and also Beast Machines. So that's the reason why it was kind of like a duo thing, because like a duo thing because of Marty Eisenberg being a special guest. And I loved Transformers Animated back in the day, back when it was 2007 it aired, I think, just before the live action movie released. And yeah, I absolutely love this toy line. I actually used to own a lot of the animated figures back when I was a kid, or when I was younger. I think I owned pretty much all of the Autobots and Decepticons. The only ones that I didn't have was the later ones that were released by Takara, like the Blackout, animated Blackout, because he's ridiculously hard to find and expensive. I did have the Rodimus. I had the Takara shiny, red, beautiful, colour-schemed red animated Rodimus. And I think I had this one, but I didn't have the Samurai one, because there's a Samurai version of this, which I will also get at some point if I see it. And then, basically, as well, is that this figure in particular, not the deluxe, but the Legends one, started my whole thing of reviewing Transformers. So if you remember back to when I used to be called Nosy 00, I also did a review of the same figure about 2 or 3 months back, just as kind of a little nod to those that may remember when I was kind of starting out on YouTube. So when I was called Nosy 00, which was my original account, I did a review on animated Prowl, but the little Legends figure. And that was the very first Transformer I bought when I started to collect again and started to get into the Transformers thing again. So this is just brilliant to kind of finally have the more deluxe, bigger version to just kind of review, because it all started with buying this toy, not this specific one, but this character. So let's allow it continue. Hopefully it will continue. Excuse me. But anyway, so I've been talking way too much as it is, so let's get into the toy. As you can see, it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful looking motorcycle, very convincing motorcycle mode. What I love about this is that everything goes together beautifully. Everything goes together sublimely. You can't see any sort of robot kibble whatsoever. If you look under there, you can see just a foot. And you can see where the legs are just folded up in there. But the way that it all forms around itself and plugs in, it just is real slim line, and it is really, really well put together, and it looks convincing. It looks like a convincing motorcycle. This is supposed to be obviously a police motorcycle, which is, for Prowl, this is kind of like a little bit of a mixture between his G1 and for animated, because as we all know, Prowl has always been a police car, but specifically in G1 he was a Japanese police car. So he was, I think, white and black. So this coming into animated, they made him pretty much a motorcycle, and I don't know if he's been a motorcycle since this or after before this, but I think this was the first time Prowl was like reimagined as a motorcycle rather than a car. But anyway, so beautiful, beautiful figure. Absolutely love this motorcycle mode. Just look of how beautiful this thing is. It's just so nice. You've got the red and blue lights at the back. You've got this lovely gold, all accents all around, also on these bits here. You've got these bits here on the wheels that do detach because they are his ninja stars. And then he also comes with this traffic light thing, which I don't really bother with because he never really used that in the show. It's just I think they just threw it in as just a bit of added playability. But anyway, yeah. So let's transform it. Let's get into how it looks. So this is a very simple figure indeed. Just unplug this front wheel and just right. Okay. What do you do there? You do that. So you kind of just bring the foot out, and you do that with the back. So you do that, and then you pull the back arms like this, bring them down, oops, shit. I knew that would happen at some point. It won't be quite a Transformers review if you didn't pop off a joint or two. Now, we basically get hold of this cabin bit, and also, well, actually, before we do that, see these handlebars? You can fold those in, which I think is really cool. And then sort of get hold of this nose cone bit of the front end of the motorcycle, and you just twist it. So this brings these bits down, and then what you do is then you just flip this flap up, and then you just, leg come off, then you just kind of twist again, which reveals, and then it plugs in there. So that kind of reveals his head as well. Actually, twist right round 360 the legs, bring down the foot, bring down these arms to the sides. I'll just push these arm guards up to reveal the hands. The hands. And that is Prowl all transformed. And he looks incredible. He really is a cool figure. Just look at that. The head sculpt is brilliant. Just you got this like cream colour for kind of these little bits here. And then you got the black. Then you got the silver, the gold. Sorry, black and gold is just a really good aesthetic paint job. Really is for me, because it's just black and gold just go together really nicely, and it's just so nice, and it's so show accurate as well, which is incredible. That's one thing I loved about the Transformers animated toy line, is that most of the toys themselves were really show accurate. You know, they were every figure, like how each of them transformed, for instance, was exactly how they transformed in the show. That's how I bloody love this animated show. I'm not saying that there is other Transformers series out there where the toys transform similar to the animated character in the show, but with Transformers Animated, they put a lot of emphasis on how they transformed each character. And if you look at the toys, they incorporated how they transformed so really, really close. So, you know, how Blitzwing transformed, how Starscream transformed, how Optimus, how Prowl, how Bulkhead, how all the characters transformed in the show, they transformed pretty much identically to their animated counterparts. And that is what I really enjoyed about this, is that if you watched the show, you knew how to transform the figure. So let's get his ninja stars off quickly, and I'll just get one off because, you know, I don't need all of them. So here's one of his ninja stars that just connects into that little groove on the wheel. And what you do now is you just sort of open up like that, and that basically is what you do. And then you just kind of put one of the blades into his hands, and you have his ninja blade, or his ninja star thing, which is his signature weapon in the show. But then obviously he has this as well, which is the traffic light thing that had twists. But yeah, absolutely love this figure. He is so good. The articulation on him as well, you know, it's just so much range of movement and playability, and you know, it's just also good. You know, it's just absolutely brilliant figure to just pose, to display. He's just so good. So thank you very much, my friends, for watching, and thank you to Bazz for doing this. I think it was Bazz, and you know, for the whole, you know, starting the whole thing off. So yeah, thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll be back with more reviews on some of the stuff other stuff that I picked up at TFN. And for the meantime, from me and Prowl, have a great time, have a great week, everybody, and I will see you all hopefully very, very soon.